Quaker Stadium for tonight's opening game between the New Philadelphia Quakers and the visiting Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic. I'm the mellow tones of Charlie Jones, and we're going to open this season up with the visiting coach alongside me tonight. This is Coach Lowell Kleinfelder of the Crusaders. And Coach, welcome to New Philadelphia.
Thank you.
Coach, last year we of course did the game up at your place in Canton, and you kind of had your way with the Quakers, and I think that leads to a lot of locker room talk this year for Coach Matt Dennison.
Well, I don't know about the locker room talk. I don't know about that. This is a different team than last year. We had a lot of seniors last year. We probably have as little experience back as we've ever had in any team. I know these young men are working hard, and we know they'll come out here and play hard here tonight.
Coach, what do you know? And I know it's early, but what do you know about these New Philadelphia Quakers? Because, they lost some horses via graduation also.
Well, I know they got some skilled people, that we lost all of our skill. We got just a couple people back that's got any experience at all. People that we were impressed with last year is Burek and Dumermuth. They can play inside, they can play outside, they play defense. They're good football players. You replaced your quarterback with a young man that seems to be very mobile and is getting the job done very well. We've been impressed with him. And your tailback, last year Dumermuth, I think, played tailback against us. This year, is it McCoon? I think McCoon is their tailback.
That's correct.
He's looked very, very good. Looks very. He seems like he has good change of direction, good balance. So we know our work's cut out here for us tonight.
Coach, you've always had a good program up there at Canton Central Catholic. Thanks for joining us here on Big Time Sports, and very best of luck this season to your Crusaders. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be back to talk to New Philadelphia coach Matt Dennison after you watch this. And welcome back to Quaker Stadium. Alongside me now is head coach Matt Dennison of the New Philadelphia Quakers. Coach, opening game. I know your kids have been putting in a lot of hard work. 2-a-days, it's hot, they're sweating, they're grunting. For about the last 2 months, they're ready to hit somebody and ready to go tonight.
Yeah, they're excited. It's really a 9-month process when you put the weight room and all that stuff in that's involved. And our guys are ready to come out, they're ready to play, and they're excited, and I'm looking forward to a great night. Coach,
you got some new players this year. You lost a couple players via graduation. Can you give us a glimpse of who we might see on the field tonight?
Well, it starts right with the man at the throttle, and Cody Cox will be our quarterback this year, number 10. He's a junior, and he gives us a nice dimension. He can run and he can throw, and the other new guy that played the last half of last season is Will McCune at the tailback, and those two are two new guys that are really going to be impact players.
Coach, let's talk about Lowell Kleinfelder and these Crusaders coming in here tonight. What do you think you're going to see from the Crusaders tonight?
Well, we're going to see a very disciplined football team. Coach Kleinfelder is one of the all-time greats in the state in coaching. So we're going to see a team that's well coached, and they're going to be well prepared for us, and they're going to come out, and like Central Catholic always is, they're going to hit you. So we got to play physical brand of football tonight.
Coach, there's another Coach Dennison sitting up here in the stands. Do you mind if I, after this next break, bring on Coach Jim Dennison, your father of the Walsh University Cavaliers?
No, that's fine. I'd rather he be here than me.
All right, so there you have it. Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, thanks, Charlie.
Coach Matt Dennison of the New Philadelphia Quakers will be back. And welcome back once again to Quaker Stadium. And alongside me now is another Coach Dennison. This is Coach Jim Dennison, who is the father of the New Philadelphia Quaker coach, Matt Dennison. And Coach, you are also the head coach at Walsh University.
Right, and we just finished up our 2-a-days a day with a good scrimmage, and we're looking forward to getting her teed up next week. And also we have my other son, Greg, who's opening up at Wadsworth tonight against Worcester. So we got all kinds of football happening in the family.
Wow, you and your lovely wife have to travel around to watch both sons coach high school football.
Well, we do, and we get to see each one of them 3 times this year, and that's pretty good with our travel. But we really look forward to it, and we're proud of the job that Matt has done down here with the Quakers. I think he's just done an outstanding job, and this will be a tough game tonight.
I think it'll be a tough game tonight. Last year, of course, up at Canton Central Catholic, the Crusaders came out on top, but I think they have a different team, and of course, the Quakers also have a different team this year.
Well, I think, and I've watched them a little bit in preseason, and I like some of the things that Matt is doing, and I think it'll be a good ball game. Of course, Lowell Kleinfelder, we go way back. He used to speak at our clinics when we had him at Akron, and he just always puts out a good football team, and they're always very fundamentally sound.
Coach, you got a couple, I saw your Walsh University roster. You got a couple New Philadelphia kids on that roster, don't you?
Well, we've got some people from Tuscarawas County. There's no question about that, and of course Mark Sexton has done a great job with us. He's a starter right now, and we recruit the area pretty heavily.
Your first game on the road, how's it look?
Well, we played Trinity International out in Chicago. We got them last year pretty good, but I think they have a new coach, and it's the first game of the season, and you have to go and you have to play. I like our football team. Sometimes you like football teams. Sometimes I like our team. We practice very hard, and I think we've got some things to prove this year.
Coach, in ending our interview, one piece of advice that you would give your son, Matt Dennison, tonight before we kick off.
Well, I would think don't turn the ball over and have a sound kicking game in your first game.
All right, so there you have it. Coach, thanks for joining us on Big Time Sports.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it, Coach Jim Dennison of the Walsh Cavaliers. We are going to take another break. And the visiting Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic. I'm the mellow tones of Charlie Jones, along with my favorite booth buddy, Mr. Bruce Witter. And Bruce, a great night for an opening game of high school football.
Yeah, it's nice out, but it's hot. You'll probably see a lot of those official timeouts for water breaks because I would say down on that field, on that artificial turf, it's probably around 100 degrees down there tonight, Charlie.
Now, Coach, Bruce, you being an old football guy, an old football player, and some football coaching, it's this type of weather that you see a lot of leg cramping up.
A lot of leg cramping up, and I think the problem with this is the first 2 weeks of practice when they were supposed to get acclimated to this type of weather, we were only in the 70-degree mark, which was great for practice, but now we're coming right into a game, 90, 100 degrees, so we'll probably see some physical problems out there like that.
All right, taking a look at tonight's contest, if for you new Philadelphia fans and you football fans out there in Tuscarawas County, and there you see, look at that. The scoreboard here at Quaker Stadium. Watch the replay of this game on Big Time Sports. What a great job by Mike Exley here in the press box, putting that on the big jumbotron. Doesn't that just make you all kinds of excited, Bruce?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm ready to go.
All right, now, last year up at Canton Central Catholic, the Crusaders had their way with the Quakers. It was a 25-0 contest, and I'm sure the Quakers are looking to square things up tonight, right?
I would say Canton Central pretty much had their way. Of course, Canton Central went 10-2 last year, and that just set them on their way to having a good season.
Well, you say Canton Central Catholic finished the season at 10-2, but keep in mind, those only 2 losses, Bruce, were to Steubenville Big Red. So quite an accomplishment, a nice season last year for Coach Lowell Kleinfelder, who, by the way, 35 years at Canton Central Catholic. New Philadelphia, on the other hand, with a good, solid 7-3 season. New Philadelphia coming in with a new look tonight. A lot of fresh, new players. And Bruce, the Quakers will come in with a look at about, what, a 3-5 defense?
Be a 3-5 defense. It's a variation of the old 5-2 defense. They move some ends around, make them linebackers, walk people off, but it comes out of the old Oklahoma 5-4 defenses.
All right, now let's take a look at the Quakers on the offensive side of the football. What's that going to look like?
Well, a lot of youth again. If you look down their roster, I looked at both rosters early on. Central Catholic only has like 9 seniors on the team. New Philadelphia only has like 11 or 12 seniors on the team. So it's going to be one of those games. Early game jitters. Probably see some turnovers early on, and I think it'll come down to the team that makes the least amount of turnovers and gets over the jitters early.
Well, down in our pregame interviews, we talked about Lowell Kleinfelder and Coach Matt Dennison, as well as Matt Dennison's father, who happens to be the head coach at Walsh University, and he said just that, Bruce. Coach Jim Dennison of Walsh said, listen, an opening game like this, 2 good teams like this, keep the football. Don't put it on the ground. No turnovers tonight in this opener.
Well, that's the way you want to be, in every game. But early on like this, hot out, first game, like we said, some young players, new players, unseasoned players out there. So we'll probably see some turnover. The team that makes the fewest turnovers will probably survive this contest.
Bruce, talking about turnovers, I know you weren't there and I wasn't either, but that Dover game last night over at Crater Stadium against Canton South, turnovers, did the Tornadoes in last night.
Yeah, you play, everybody knows Dover puts the ball in the air a lot of times, and as Woody Hayes used to say, you put the ball in the air, only one good thing can happen and two bad things can happen. And they made some turnovers, and it cost them in the second half.
All right, let's talk now about Canton Central Catholic, Bruce, on the defensive side of the football. What's the Quakers going to see?
They're going to see the 4-3-4 defense. Once again, it's really kind of a variation of that 3-5 defense and so forth. You have will linebackers, you have stud linebackers, you have MAC linebackers, and they're all like defensive ends, but they can move a little bit better, and they don't put them down on a three-point stance.
All right, taking a look at that. Down on the field, the defense for Canton Central Catholic, Bruce. Why don't you tell us who we're going to see on the defensive side of the football?
In the secondary, you got Dylan Dehoff and John Marina. The linebackers are Jordan Diddy, Toby Pisich, Chris Heath, safety Nick Keller, safety Eric Reckner. The down linemen, there's 4 down linemen, Dickerhoof, Pellegrino, Linda Smith, and Stump.
All right, that's the defense for Canton Central Catholic. We're just about ready for kickoff here. Home opener for the New Philadelphia Quakers. And, of course, the Crusaders are going to open on the road right here. This is big-time sports coming at you. Place kicker for Canton Central Catholic is number 16, Andy Streb. And Streb down there now talking to the official about teeing that football up.
Deep for the Quakers are Tyler Doomermuth, number 32, and number 33, Will McEwen.
All right, so the Quakers won the toss. Wow, this is the wrong season. Won the toss and have elected to receive, so Streb now will kick it away to start our 2008 high school football season here at Quaker Stadium. New Philadelphia field football to 8-yard line. Look out, he's got some running room. This is Doomermuth, huh?
Good return. Returned it at about 32 yards. Took it on the 8-yard line. Gives them good field position to start the game, and that's exactly what Coach Dennison wanted right off the bat.
So Will McElwain, there you see Will McElwain, number 33, getting some big holes in there. Finally gets hit, and McEwen is going to go down about the 41-yard line on our Weaver Barnes replay. Will McEwen, isn't it? Is that how I pronounce it? McEwen? I said McElwain. It's McEwen. All right, so the ball now at the 41-yard line. Quakers will come out from the sideline in their first snap of the season. Take a look now at the offense for the Quakers. At quarterback, number 10, Cody Cox. And in the backfield, 33, Will McEwen. Flankers, Matt Burrick, number 24. And a fullback, Cooper Hill, wearing number 36. McEwen will get the football. Will pick up 4 yards on the carry. Is stopped at about the 45-yard line. I'm going to give him 4 yards on the carry and call it 2nd and 6 now from the 45. Bruce, why don't you call the defense? All right, I'll call the offense.
Okay.
2nd and 6 now. Second snap of the ball game. Good defense. Canton Central Catholic all over him in that New Philadelphia backfield. Wow.
Penetration there by Canton Central was number 54, and that is Derek Picorielli.
So Will McEwen gets mauled in that backfield, and what they picked up on the first play of the game, they lost 3 yards of that in their second attempt. It is now 2nd and, well, they say 2nd and 6 from the 45. Cody Cox back in shotgun. Takes a snap, looks for a receiver. All kinds of room to run. He's got a nice, watch out, 48, 46. He's going to be stopped at the 46-yard line.
42, the linebacker Jordan Diddy on the tackle. Good stop to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
A lot of running that time by quarterback Cody Cox, but to no avail. All right, that'll bring up 4th down now. All right, and back to punt now for New Philadelphia.
Deep for Canton Central's number 10, Nick Keller, and number 14, John Marina.
Tyler Dumermuth with a nice punt. Tyler Dumermuth will put it inside the 20-yard line of the Crusaders, and it will be whistled dead at the 16-yard line. So the Quakers, in their first series of the new season, unable to do any damage out there, kick it away. Canton Central Catholic will take possession of the football at the 17-yard line. Lowell Kleinfelder, Bruce, 35 years on the sidelines, huh?
That's a long time. That's a long time to be in one place in particular in this game.
Canton Central Catholic will give it to the first back. Wow, somebody with a big hit out there. Who's 36?
36, Cooper Hill.
Wow, Cooper Hill with a big hit for the Quakers.
Stuffed him right in the hole. What a tackle. Loss of 1 on that one.
Scoreboard, and you're right, Bruce, scoreboard says 2nd and 11. In the backfield for the Crusaders, quarterback Kyle Dureska, wearing number 11. The tailback, number 27, Tyler Trinner, and the fullback, number 23, Brock Collender. There you see Dureska calling out the signals. He'll go again to his tailback, looking for some running room on the right side, and how about that defense?
A host of Quakers there, led by number 45 on the tackle, and that's Kyle Witter.
Well, I tell you what, that last 2 plays, the Quaker defense shutting them down, baby. Let's call it 3rd now and 11 from the 21. Bruce, if they can keep them from picking up this first down, they're going to get good field position on the ensuing
they
punt.
get good field position. I think that's what Coach Dennis is looking for, to try to, set the pace in this game, is to keep Canton Central at bay.
Dureska got 2 guys out wide, pass right down the middle, fumble. Is it a fumble or is it an incomplete pass? It is going to be a fumble, and it's going to be New Philadelphia Quaker football. Nobody has waved it off. They're going to give the football to the New Philadelphia Quakers. First turnover of the contest. So it'll be the Quakers now. 1st and 10 from the Crusader, 28-yard line. Big break for.
No.
What do we got?
It's called it incomplete.
All right, now they're going to call it incomplete. Well, I'll tell you what, took them a while to come up with that one, but they have finally called that one incomplete.
Yeah, that's a big break for Canton Central right there, because that would have given New Philadelphia the ball inside Canton Central's 30-yard line.
Canton Central Catholic. Number 16 is Andy Streb, who will kick it away now for the Crusaders. Back deep for the New Philadelphia Quakers, number 33, Will McEwen. You don't know how many times tonight I'm going to butcher that last name.
Should get good field position here. Even if he gets off a decent punt, 35-yard punt, they're going to get good field position if he fields it.
A flag. The punter is hit on the kick, and I don't like the way that looks.
If I'm correct, I believe that'll carry with it an automatic first down.
Let's take a look now. Watch. This is Jay Streb with the football. Football is gone. Now, wait a minute. Did he make contact with that football before he hit the player?
I don't think so. And neither do the 5 guys in the striped shirts.
All right. So our crew tonight is Jeff Oler, Mike Rittenauer, George Kale, Jim Range, and Terry Leggett, the guys in the stripes.
Are they decline? called it a 5-yard running into the kicker, not a roughing the kicker. So they declined the penalty, and New Philadelphia takes over the ball on the 44-yard line.
All right. So the Quakers now, let's see what they can do. First series, not a whole lot going on. First time with the football. Let's look now and see what they can get going. Offensively for the New Philadelphia Quakers, it's Hill, Cox, and McEwen in the backfield. Flanker out wide is Matt Burrick, number 24 for New Philadelphia. First quarter, 8 minutes to play in our first period. Pitch. McEwen is going to pick up about 2 yards on the pitch to the left side.
Going back to that last play on the kick, there's two types of penalties there. There's a running into the kicker, which is a 5-yard penalty and not an automatic first down. And there's a roughing the kicker penalty, which is a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Wow. You knew that, or did somebody tell you?
I guessed.
Where did you... Now, Judy, I think Judy Farbizo must have given you that information, right?
Two lovely ladies to my right were both pecking me on the shoulder and whispering to me.
As long as it's pecking you on the shoulder. Because one of those lovely young ladies belongs to me. Nice pass on the outside. That's going to be a first down, New Philadelphia. Cody Cox rolls to his right. Wide open down there on the sidelines for the first down. Take a look at the Weaver Barnes replay.
Nice throw there. He turned up field, which they teach him to do, so he gets square his shoulders to the line of scrimmage and deliver the football on the run.
So Tyler Dumermuth gets the pass from Cody Cox to pick up the New Philadelphia first down. Call it 1st and 10 now from the Canton Central Catholic 43-yard line. All right, we're going to stop play. We've got a flag. We've got an offsides penalty on Canton Central Catholic. So now call it 1st and 5 for the Quakers, as we're going to move the football inside the 40 to right about the 38-yard line. Big time high school football coming your way this season on Big Time Sports, right here on Channel 2. Stay tuned to Channel 2 for all of your lineups and all of your times. 1st and 5 from the 38. Cox, 2-step drop. Gonna keep it. Cox is gonna get out wide. He's gonna pick up some yardage. That's got touchdown written all over it. Cody Cox with a 38-yarder. Wow. He got around that left side, Bruce, and it was Katie bar the door as Cody Cox scampered down that left side for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a called quarterback draw. Here comes the replay. You can see he sets up, the lineman release. It's almost like a middle screen, except he doesn't have to throw the ball, and he outruns everybody else. I like the things I've seen so far from number 10, Cody Cox, who's just a junior. Threw a nice pass the previous play and then ran the quarterback draw play to perfection.
All right, that kick is up, and that kick is good by Tyler Dumermuth. So the Quakers strike very quickly in their second possession, up 7-0. Now there you see a good shot of Coach Matt Dennison and a nice shot by our sideline camera. And that's Ty Simmelink down there working that camera for us tonight. That's a big-time ESPN shot down there in the sideline, guys. That's Matt Dennison, head coach of New Philadelphia. You know what I like most about that play? I like the call. A 2-step drop, okay? He tucks it, gets past the first line of defense, and he's gone.
That's also, remember that there was very good blocking executed to perfection there by his offensive lineman.
Well, while we get a chance, let's credit some of those guys. At tackle, Jordan DeMatteo, number 50. At the other tackle, Nick Barrow, number 51. At the guards for the Quakers, Philip Ross, 52. At the other guard, Zach Alcorn, number 74. At center, offensively for the Quakers, number 54, Ethan Zuckel. And I've just been told that Nick Barrow is the way you pronounce that. And it takes somebody in the kitchen at New Philadelphia High School to tell me that. there you see the offensive lineup. So a lot of good blocking out there, as Bruce just said, on that touchdown run by Cody Cox. Split end is Tyler Dumermuth, number 32. Tight end is Kyle Witter, number 45. So on that offensive line, we've got Dumermuth, Demetrio, Ross, Zuckel, Alcorn, Barrow, and Witter. This is Andrew Sofer. Andrew Sofer will kick it away for the Quakers. And that ball is fielded at the 5-yard line.
Number 10, Nick Keller, returned that from about his 2-yard line out to the 28 for a good return to put Canton Central in decent field position to start their second series. And they're going to have to at least try to get the field position turned around here, if not put some points on the board, because New Philadelphia has kind of set the tone so far here early in this game.
All right, so the Crusaders come to the line of scrimmage. And in shotgun for the Canton Central Catholic Crusaders, Kyle Dureska, number 11, the quarterback, will tight to go off of right tackle and will get absolutely 0. And I see 45 in there again, Bruce, as well as 43 for the Quakers. What do we got?
45's Kyle Witter, the linebacker. Once again, they're having a lot of trouble running in the middle of this. They're going to have to pass it. Of course, Coach Kleinfelder, he doesn't have real good field position to throw the ball, but he's going to have to open it up a little bit here to try to loosen up that running game.
Collender, Schreiner, and Keller in that backfield for the Crusaders. Another flag is thrown. And we have a motion penalty against Canton Central Catholic, so that'll cost them 5 yards. Second and 10 now. Ball on the 27-yard line. Don't forget, next weekend, Big Time Sports is going to bring you the Indian Valley Braves and the Claymont Mustangs. That's next Friday night on Big Time Sports, Indian Valley and Claymont football. Look out. What do we have? He's going to be stopped all the way back at the 15-yard line.
Number 74, Zach Alcorn, broke through that time.
All right, so a loss of almost 7 on the play. And let's see what they mark on the scoreboard. Clock ticking, under 6 minutes to play first period. Quakers on top, 7-zip so far. Cody Cox, 38-yard scamper for a touchdown. Third and 21. Dureska rolling to his left. A lot of pressure, gets the pass off, and he, the receiver, is going to be dumped at the 15 by number 32, TD, Tyler Dumermuth. Check out the Weaver Barnes rewind here and take a look at the defense by the Quakers. Dureska will get the pass off. Coming up very quickly, you see there Tyler Dumermuth, and Tyler Dumermuth says, get that weak stuff out of here, Bruce.
Short gain of 1, and once again, New Philadelphia should have good field position after the punt.
Uh-oh, a fake punt. What do we got? He's going to throw. Can he get him? Loose football! It's going to be the Quakers, and all of a sudden, a quick sneak play turns into disaster for Canton Central Catholic, and New Philadelphia is all over that football. Check out number 11, Bruce.
I think the high snap here caused that. I don't think he was going to, run a fake. He just got a high snap, and they were on him, so he tried to run. And, of course, you have the automatic, pass play when they don't hear the punt.
Look at the Quakers all over that one. Number 11 is Mitch Riker.
That could have been a quick 6 there if he'd picked it up. But New Philadelphia with great field position again.
Riker on top of that football. Mitch Riker for the Quakers puts them at the 11-yard line. Cody Cox with the football. We'll give it straight up, and not a whole lot of running room that time. as he's going to be stopped at about the 11-yard line. That's Will McEwen for the Quakers.
Tackle was made by number 40 that time, Toby Pisic.
Toby who?
Toby Pisic.
Wow. How about Pesic?
Okay, whatever.
Let's do that. Sounds better.
I think Nick Keller was in on the play too, number 10 out of the safety position. Short gain anyway.
2nd and 8 now. Ball on the 10-yard line. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to play first period. New Philadelphia trying to take advantage of that Crusader fumble. Cox will pitch out. McEwen will cut back in. McEwen is in a lot of trouble, and he's going to be stopped at the 14. They're going to spot him at about the 12-yard line.
Host of Central players there. Great pursuit by Canton Central's defense that time to bottle that play up.
All right, so once again, don't forget, next Friday night at 10:30, it's going to be Indian Valley and the Claymont Mustangs right here on Big Time Sports. You can watch that game next Saturday again at 1 o'clock. That's Indian Valley and Claymont next weekend on Big Time Sports. Cox looking for the corner of the end zone. Can't get there. He might get there. What do you got? It's touchdown time, Cody Cox. Boy, did he walk the tightrope going down that sideline.
And he's a triple threat. Once he gets on that corner, he's got speed to turn it on the corner, and he's also thrown that the one pass right on a string. So this kid's a threat.
Watch this. Cody Cox is looking for some room, outruns that linebacker, tiptoes on that tightrope, gets in front of that pylon for the second Quaker touchdown of this opening period.
I think this is something Canton Central is not used to, is someone having more perimeter speed than what they have. They lost a lot of horses from that 10-2 team from last year.
Andrew Sofer, the place kicker for the Quakers, will rack up another one. So Cox now with 2 TDs, Sofer now with 2 PATs, and all of a sudden it's Quakers on top by a 14-0 count, Rocker.
It's been total domination so far. I mean, I've been impressed with the Quaker defense so far. They're playing here. They, like we talked earlier, they have a very young team, 7 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 2 seniors on the defense, and they've put the stop to Central.
All right. So the new Philadelphia faithful, a lot of them out there smiling now on top 14-0, and with only 3:20 to play in the opening period here. Yeah, there's Coach Kleinfeld you see on the field.
He's not happy.
No. All right. Yeah, okay. Andrew Sofer teeing up the football out there for the Quakers. Cody Cox again with a nice touchdown run of about 12 yards for the Quakers with an Andrew Sofer point after to put the Quakers up 14-0 here in our first period. Kick by Sofer. Going to be short, taken at about the 27-yard line.
That's number 28, Chris Heath from Canton Central with the return.
So Heath now will bring it up to the 36-yard line.
A little better field position this time for Canton Central, and I think Coach Kleinfelder is going to have to open up the playbook and get some passing going here now that he has a little better field position, if he can find the time to do it.
Well, don't you think it might be, you don't want to panic yet. You're only down 14-0, still in the first period.
But you need to get the snowball stopped from rolling down the hill.
All right, nice short dink pass there to the outside receiver. Cuts back in, is going to be stopped out there.
Kyle Witter on the stop there. This kid's been, has issued some hits out. He's setting the tone for the Quaker defense right now.
2nd and 5 now with the 5-yard pickup. Let's see now how the Quaker defense can answer. Pretty stiff so far, pretty good defensively for the Quakers. 2nd and 5 from the 41. Tereska takes a snap, gives it off very quickly. Wow, what a hit out there, Bruce. 40-yard line stopper.
I think it was number 58. I can't tell, but I think so. Mike Anderson, the nose tackle on the stop right there.
I saw 58 stick his nose in there, Bruce, so I think you got to be real close. 3rd and 5 now for Canton Central Catholic. And when we get time, we'll tell you about more exciting high school sports coming at you next weekend on Big Time Sports. Tereska now. He's got to pick up 5 yards to keep the football. Pass out on the flats. That's not going to pick up 5. That's going to lose some yardage. So New Philadelphia again, 3 series in a row, puts the hammer on them defensively.
They haven't gained anything. They had decent field position that time. Couldn't move the ball. They tried to do it with 2 passes and a run and nothing. Quaker defense has been extremely impressive here in the first quarter.
So at the minute 20 mark of our first period, we're going to see Canton Central Catholic Andy Streb kick it away again. He's been a busy young man so far in the contest. Streb will kick it from right about the 20-yard line. Once again, that kick is blocked, deflected. It's going to go out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And again, the New Philadelphia Quakers are going to have great field position to start this series.
Yeah, that was kind of bad snap again. High snap. Number 32 gets the block on it, Tyler Dumermuth, and it goes out of bounds. Once again, great field position for the Quakers. If they put one on them here, if they put one in the end zone, this could be a real long night for Canton Central.
That's exactly right. New Philadelphia scores here. The floodgates will open.
Yeah, this could get ugly. So far, New Philadelphia just dominated them on both lines. The offensive line, the defensive line, it really hasn't been much of a contest at all.
Well, Canton Central Catholic last year, Bruce, a great sparkling season at 10-2, and those only 2 losses last year were to Steubenville Big Red. I'll tell you what, Big Red was really tough last year, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, but that's last year, and this is this year. And you can tell that Coach Kleinfelder lost a lot of horses last year, and he's got he's a great coach. He wouldn't be there for 35 years. So he knew he might take some lumps early on and try to get them whipped into shape. Once again, it's only the first quarter.
All right, next weekend for you high school football fans, next Saturday night at 8 o'clock on Channel 99. That's Channel 99. Big Time Sports is going to bring you Canton McKinley versus Indianapolis Cathedral Latin. That's in the Herb Street Classic up at Fossa Stadium. Big Time Sports, Canton McKinley and Indianapolis Cathedral. That's next Saturday night at 8 o'clock on Channel 99. Cox for the Quakers. We'll look left. We'll throw down the middle. Uh-oh, can't do that. That pass is picked off, and he's got a whole tandem of blockers in front of him. All the way down now to the 15, the 20. He's inside the door. He's going to be stopped at the 12-yard line. So a big turnover, for the Quakers.
Absolutely what Coach Dennison did not want to see. Nick Keller playing center field safety position, greatly underthrown there. It wasn't even close, and they're lucky they didn't get 7 put on the board right here off the. We do have a penalty, which is going to bring Canton Central back for illegal use of the hands in the back, but they still have good field position. Now that momentum that was all on New Philly's side, now if Canton Central can get 7 on the scoreboard, but they're coming way back, all the way from the 14-yard line. The penalty happened at their own 44. They're gonna have much better field position than they had the first 2 times now.
Well, right you are, Bruce. It's a good thing we got that illegal use of the hands penalty because he was not stopped till about the 12-yard line down there. So Canton Central Catholic, with about 44 seconds to play in the first quarter, will take over the football at the 42-yard line after that pass interception by number 10, the safety, Nick Keller of the Crusaders. All right, take a look now. All right, let's watch number 54 now. Boom, right there. How about that one? Nice call by our buddies in the truck, Bruce.
Yeah, that was a good job of picking that up.
Yep. 54 gets hammered on the run back. Dereska will fake into the line. Will keep it. He's got running room and some blocking out in front of him, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 40-yard line. But Kyle Dereska with a nice scamper for the Crusaders.
Yeah, biggest play of the game for Canton Central, and now you can see momentum switching over. Good blocking off the fake. He pulled it out on the option. They've been setting up the dive play, setting up the option. He pulled it out this time and picked up 26 yards.
Right, bumped out of bounds there, wrapped up by Will McEwen. But a big pickup by Kyle Dereska of the Crusaders. That'll give him the football 1st and 10 now from the Quaker 41-yard line. Clock running just under 35 seconds to play. Good D that time by the Quakers. And once again, number 58, I'm going to call his number. That's Mike Anderson, 240-pound junior. Wow, ladies, how would you like to feed that young man? Huh? 240 pounds of nothing but pure athlete down there in Mike Anderson for the Quakers.
I think we're going to be at the end of the quarter. This is a big series for Canton Central. I mean, they were looking at possibly going down 21-0, and now if they can get a score on the board, they'll be down 1 touchdown early in the second quarter if they can sustain this drive.
All right, so it's been all New Philadelphia Quakers. Back at New Philadelphia Quaker Stadium, 2nd 10 from the 41. This is Dereska, and Dereska is going to be hammered in that backfield. And take a look at that Quaker, number 24, Matt Burrick, the outside linebacker. 24, Matt Burrick with a nice hit on the loss, and that'll make it 3rd now and 14 from the 45.
He chased the quarterback down. They went with that little fake that they made the big gain on, 26 yards there late in the first quarter. This time Burrick chased him down from the backside before he could get to the corner.
3rd and 14 from the 45, so New Philadelphia can keep them up front and keep them short of 14. They're going to get the football back. Look out. How about that one, number 51, Bruce?
Number 51's Nick Barrow coming out of his defensive position there at linebacker to make that tackle.
All right, so Nick Barrow with a nice hit on Kyle Dereska for the big loss. Great defensive stand again for the Quakers. That'll make it 4th now and 27. The ball on the 42. Back deep now to field the punt, number 33 as well.
McEwen
for the Quakers.
They get another bad snap and get a block here. That's a better snap this time.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice snap that time.
Good punt.
McEwen is going to take it at the 20, do a little jitterbug, little dance. He's going to cut inside. McEwen with a pretty decent run back to the 39-yard line.
Turned it about 20 yards and didn't have a lot of help.
All right, so New Philadelphia will take over the football. Now watch this move inside. This cut inside is going to enable him to pick up another 10, 12 yards. McEwen with a nice run back. And finally, from behind, gets knocked down at about the 39-yard line.
Let's see if New Philly can sustain a drive here, eat up a bunch of the clock, and put Central down 3 scores.
Nothing would please Coach Matt Dennison more, Bruce, than taking some time off the clock with a touchdown. Cox, under center. We'll give it to the first back through, Bruce, and that is number 30. Who was that with the football?
36.
All right. Cooper Hill, the fullback. Hill is going to pick up about 4 yards on the carry. Call it 2nd and 6 now from the 45.
Nice run on first down. He got 4 yards when he should have had about 1.
His first carry of the football game out of that fullback position. Clock ticking here, early second period at the 9:40 mark. Cox will look, will fake the pass. Cox looking for some running room. He's in trouble. What do we got? We got a little shovel pass, and that's going to save him a loss of about 5. All right, but they're still going to lose 3 yards on that little shovel pass to Tyler Dumermuth.
Yeah, I should have let that hit the ground, but when you're in the heat of the battle like that, sometimes can't think that quick to think you should drop a pass.
Well, you know, they're still talking about it down there. The white hat is talking to his crew about it. Right now, they've got the ball spotted on the 41-yard line. They're going to wave the clock dead. They're going to take a time. What are they going to do now?
Incomplete pass.
All right, they're going to call it an incomplete pass. Spot the football at the 45.
So it's 3rd and 6 now instead of, would have been about 3rd and 10 if they'd called it complete. Once again, a lot of young kids making these trying to make plays, and a lot of strange things happening so far.
Quakers now looking at a 3rd and 6 from about the 45. Cox trying to find some running room. He's open. He's got him. Oh, sweet. Wow, had him out there. That had touchdown written all over it. Trenton Bird, number 7, Trenton Bird was out there.
Yeah, he saw him break open. I think he tucked it to run, and then he saw him break open, and actually it looks like he'd probably been out of bounds even if he would have caught it.
Yep. All right, so the Quakers will have to kick it away now. And doing that work for the Quakers will be 32, Tyler Dumermuth. And back deep for the Crusaders, call it number 10, Nick Keller. Dumermuth. Nice kick. Keller's going to field it at the 23. Loose football, and Keller's going to get it back. That almost another turnover for Central Catholic.
Yeah, that would have given New Philadelphia great field position again. I mean, New Philly really hasn't had any real bad field position in this game, and they just avoided disaster there. Central, if they can try to muster something here and get a score on the board, I mean, they're still in the ball game, and they haven't really done anything. They've made two big plays. One was the run, and one was the interception, and that's the only thing they've done all night. If they can score, they're right in the game.
All right, Canton Central Catholic. Quarterback Kyle DeResca wearing number 11, trying to get something going here in the second period. So far, the Quaker D has done a great job out there, and once again, who is number 30?
Cooper Hill.
Yes, Cooper Hill with a nice hit out there for the Quakers.
That's this, the 3-5 defense. They bring linebackers every play. They don't just sit up front with 3 people. The 3 people up front are there to try to keep the offensive linemen off of the linebackers, and the linebackers are there, 5 linebackers, to make all the tackles in this defense.
I think what I've seen so far, Bruce, I think that Quaker defense looks to be a little more physical than what I saw out of them last year.
I'm very impressed with their aggressiveness, particularly the linebackers.
2nd and 10. Central Catholic from the 23. Pressure comes, and pressure will put him down. That's Anderson, along with number 45, Kyle Witter for the Quakers. Watch the replay, Blues. Call it for it.
Yeah, here comes the pressure. And they dropped everybody. They brought one linebacker, Witter, that time. There was a 4-man rush, dropped 7. They had everybody covered, and they still flushed him out.
All right, so thanks to our good friends from Weaver Barnes for sponsoring our replay again this season. 3rd and 16. Ball now all the way back on the 17-yard line. Any ideas here, Bruce?
I think Central's in trouble just because of the aggressiveness of the Quaker defense. See,
that pass is going to be incomplete.
He doesn't even have time. He makes the little fake to try to hold him. the fake's really pretty useless right now because they know he's going to throw the ball, and it just gives them time to be right on top of him.
And here's a guy that was running. He throws with his right hand. He was throwing with his left. He had all kinds of guys staring him right in the face.
He didn't even
all
have
kinds
time.
of pressure.
Well, they were staring him in the back because he didn't even have time to turn around. He couldn't even get squared up to the line of scrimmage.
All right, let's check out now and see if Canton Central Catholic can get a good kickoff. They will kick it from their own 5-yard line.
Bad snap.
Wow, that time he had to hurry again. And that ball is going to go out of bounds at about the 30, well, call it the 40-yard line. Where are they going to mark it now? Now he's going to move. Going to mark it at the 37-yard line.
Coach Kleinfelder better find him a long snapper at halftime, or things are going to get real ugly. I mean, they've only had one good snap. They've punted 5 or 6 times now. A couple of them have, almost been blocked. One's been blocked. They've had to hurry every time. So, the punting formation for Canton Central Catholic is I would say it's definitely something in the works because it hasn't happened yet.
So the Quakers with the football. Cox up under center to 37. Will give it to Will McEwen.
I mean, the offensive line of the Quakers is just, they're dominating the line of scrimmage because you can see just like McEwen there, he's running with these pads down and he's running like he's running downhill, where the Central kids are trying to find a spot to run because there's no holes to run in.
All right, 2nd and 6 now from the 32. New Philadelphia on the march. Will McEwen with the football and gets some running room. Look out, that's touchdown city, sports fans.
32 yards.
How about that one? 32 yards by Will McEwen, and you can take that one to the bank, baby.
Up out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds on the 19-yard line.
Wow, let's check out the replay. Let's watch him step out of bounds here because I didn't see it. Watch it right about.
Right there. Right. It looked like it was a little further downfield, but I think he did step out of bounds.
I'll tell you what.
Right there on the 19.
All right, so they got a good call. It's
Yes.
1st and 10 from the 19. They'll call it back. Will McEwen almost with a touchdown for the Quakers. Cox will give it to the big guy. That's big number 36. That's Cooper Hill. Cooper Hill, head down, nose to the ground, baby.
5 yards, 6 yards every time they carry the football. No sense getting fancy now. Like we said, the Quaker offensive line is dominating the line of scrimmage. Might as well just keep blowing it up in there with those guys because, like I said, they're running with their pads down and they're running downhill.
All right, 2nd and 4 now from the 13. 6:10 to play in our first half here from Quaker Stadium. Beautiful night for high school football. What do we got? We got a timeout on the field called by the New Philadelphia Quakers. What do you think Matt Dennison saw, Bruce, that he wanted to talk to his guys about?
Well, they were definitely in the wrong formation because they haven't made any type of a shift all night. Now we got guys when they come to the line of scrimmage moving and so forth. So they weren't in the right formation, and rather than risk a penalty here and make it 2nd and 9, you might as well stay in 2nd and 4. Use your timeouts. You can't stockpile them, so you might as well use them. Make sure the play's right, and this. They put it in here in this game. I'd be real shocked if Central's got much gas left in them if they can shove one in here. But if Central stops them, they're still in the ball game after being dominated for a whole half.
Well, Matt Dennison comes back to the sidelines and sends his Quakers back out. And here come the guys in the white. Those guys are from Canton Central Catholic. It's 2nd and 4 from the 13. 6:04 to play, first half. Charlie Jones along with Bruce Witter coming at you this evening on Big Time Sports. Next weekend, you're going to have Naughty Scotty Robinson and Chuck Jr. Varsity Rest bringing you that Indian Valley Claymont game right here on Big Time Sports. McEwen will carry the football and take it inside the 9.
Should be a first down.
I'll tell you what, if it's not, he's real close. He only needed 4. And yes, he did pick up the first down, so it's going to be first and goal now from about the 9-yard line, right?
That's it. It's like we said, New Philly put 7 in the board here. It's going to be real difficult for Canton Central to bounce back, especially being away from home.
Well, let's see now what Cody Cox, what kind of cards he deals on this hand. Second and goal from the 9. Cox will take the snap. We'll give it to the big guy. That's McEwen.
Might have got 1.
Yep, I think maybe. He got stopped at the line of scrimmage, but not a whole lot of running room that time for Will McEwen.
They're setting something up here, either a fake with number 10 Cox, keep pulling it out and going around the corner again, or some type of a pass play, because they've run it every time. He hasn't put the ball back up in the air since that interception and the little dink passes that he's thrown so far.
All right, inside the 10, second and goal. Wait a minute, got him out there, had him out there, overthrown in the corner to Tyler Dumermuth. Dumermuth had about a step and a half on his defender.
Yeah, that was a well-conceived play and a good throw, just a little bit out of his reach right there. Got him kind of turned around, threw it on the wrong side of him.
All right, so let's try it again and call it third and goal now from the 9-yard line.
Even if they only get a field goal out of this drive, that makes it a 3-score ball game.
Matt Burrick, the flanker, wearing number 24 way out on the right side, along with number 7 Trenton Bird, a wide receiver. Let's see now what they do with everybody spread out. Cox is going to keep it. Cox is going to cut inside. Look out, can he get past? He's at 5, 4. Wow, he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line, Bruce.
Yeah, number 14, John Marina, had good speed to keep him there.
What do we got? We got a flag down there. Yes, we got a late hit. Now watch at the very end of this play now. Watch this Weaver Barnes replay and watch this late hit. All right, here's a hit. What do we got?
No,
they're going to put him down on the track and they're going to throw a flag.
That wasn't, I don't know if I agree. Oh, it's a holding call. It wasn't a late hit.
It was.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was. Nope, they do have a personal foul. So it's. All
right, so what do we got? We got a personal foul called on Central Catholic. We got a hold on the New Philadelphia Quakers. So we're going to spot the football all the way back at the 18-yard line.
I think it's a live ball, dead ball call. So they mark off the hold and then they mark off the dead ball call.
Well, let's see now where the Quakers get the football, because that was a third down call. Well, they're still talking about it. And still we don't have a signal. Well, they're going to spot it again at the 9-yard line. Scoreboard still says 3rd and 9 now.
Okay.
From the 9.
It can't be a first down.
No, it can't be.
Because they had first and goal on the 9. So
Cox needs to make something happen here. He's going to look. Nice pass into the corner of the end zone. And what do we got? They have not called it yet. Touchdown! A late call by the official who was right on the pylon. But finally, touchdown is the call for the Quakers. Let's take a look now. All right.
That was a well-conceived play. He rolled to his left, squared up his shoulders, came back to the pylon, and it was a great pass right into the corner of the end zone.
Andrew Sofer with the point after. Sofer with a nice kick, and Andrew Sofer with his third point after of the contest. And that makes for a new Philadelphia Quaker 21-zip lead at 4:37 to play in our first half.
I think, everybody thought it would be a good ball game, but I think that the new Philadelphia Quakers have surprised some people offensively and defensively.
Ooh. Okay. So Canton Central Catholic coming down Interstate 77 to Quaker Stadium finds himself in a bit of a fix here at the 4:37 mark of our first half, behind 21-zip to the Quakers, Bruce. And who would have thunk it, huh?
No, I don't think anybody would have thought this was going to happen. And from what I've seen so far, I don't think Canton Central has any type of firepower. They're going to need some breaks of some kind. Fumbles, interceptions, some special teams play, something to happen, like a kickoff return here, to even think about getting back in this game.
Andrew Sofer with a nice kick, and that's going to go into the end zone. Sofer with a nice foot into that football, and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line.
I mean, New Philadelphia's been superior in every aspect of the game so far. Special teams is, it's a glaring problem for Canton Central, particularly the long snaps on the punts. All the way around, offensively, defensively, special teams, and so forth, has just been all Quakers.
You think they'll try to fix that long snapper at halftime, Bruce? They're probably going to have tryouts over there on the other side of the locker room.
The problem with that in high school ball is it's tough to find a kid to bend over and stick his head down between his legs, because he knows he's going to get pounded every time he snaps it.
All right, big hit down there by number 36, Cooper Hill. Hill with another stop for the New Philadelphia defense. Pickup of 1 on the play. Call it 2nd and 9 now from the 21-yard line.
This Quaker defense has been stifling. They've only given up the one big play, the option play that the quarterback gained 26 yards. The rest of the time I'm looking at minus plays, no gain, minus plays. They've just suffocated Canton Central.
They'll pick up of 1 on that last carry. 2nd and 9 now. Kyle Dureska, is hit just as he throws the football. It's a loose football recovered by the Quakers, but they're going to say it's a forward pass and call it incomplete.
Yeah, they got pressure from the outside on the backside end where he can't see him coming from. That's number 51 there, Nick Barrow, from that blind side, and he has no protection on that backside.
All right, 3rd and 9 now for the New Philadelphia Quakers. There you get a good look at Kyle Dureska, the quarterback. He's going to be a little black and blue at halftime, isn't he? Running back there for his life.
I know one thing. If this wasn't an artificial turf, he'd have grass stain all over him, because he's been getting pummeled.
3rd and 9 now. Shotgun formation for the Crusaders. Boy, I'll tell you what, he almost got hit again. That pass is incomplete.
And that was number 40, Dylan Barbie.
And the longer this half goes, the more that Quaker defense, gets into that backfield, and Dureska really doesn't have much of a prayer.
No, that just goes to show you the different variations of this 3-5 defense. That was the rover back on a backside blitz that time that got the pressure. Rather than bringing number 51, Nick Barrow, they brought him inside, bring the outside rover backer on the outside, and he gets the pressure this time.
Andy Streb will kick it away now for Canton Central Catholic. And New Philadelphia will watch the ball roll to the 36-yard line. So the Quakers once again with some decent field position.
Well, all you got to do is look on the field right now. A lot of walking around in the white jerseys, a lot of jogging and hustling in the black jerseys.
What a way to open up the season with a 21-point lead in the first half. Of course, Bruce, it's not over till it's over, buddy.
No, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. I don't know, if I was Coach Dennison, I'd think I'd try to put another one on the board. I wouldn't do anything, out of my normal offense, because I think what they've shown so far has been pretty potent. And if he can move the ball here, maybe get a couple first downs, then he can take a couple of shots at the end zone and try to make it a 4-touchdown game going in at halftime.
And stay tuned at halftime. We'll bring you our Big Jim's halftime report. Big Jim's Burgers and more on the south side of New Philadelphia. Before or after the game, visit our good friend Big Jim at Big Jim's Burgers and more. Coming your way, Bruce, at halftime. Bruce, when I talk about Big Jim's Burgers, do you get the grumbellies when I talk about that?
My lips start watering.
That's a boy, buddy. Yep. Thanks to Big Jim for sponsoring our halftime report. And don't forget, after the game, we'll be bringing you the Idlewiser Inn wrap-up show. And then, Bruce, we are going to pick our Manor MVP to end the evening, my friend. Beautiful facility here at Quaker Stadium. Cox. Quakers. Will McEwen. McEwen is going to take it down to about the 43-yard line.
Gain of 7. That's all they have to do. They've got plenty of time. Just run his offense, get some decent field position, and take a couple of shots.
Three minutes to play in our first half here from Quaker Stadium. Next Friday night, big time sports, and PCM Channel 2 will bring you Indian Valley and Claymont. That's next Friday night at 10:30. And again next Saturday at 1, the Braves and the Mustangs on really big time sports. Pass out on the flats to Will McEwen. McEwen puts a move on him. McEwen is going to pick up a lot of real estate before he's knocked out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. But again, I'll tell you what, once he breaks, it's all over, baby.
Yeah, there's a lot of speed. There's a great jailbreak screen out there. You see the wide receiver make the block on the cornerback, and now it's all McEwen, makes a couple of moves, picks up about 30 yards. It's a great catch and run there.
All right, so the Quakers all the way down to the Crusader 25-yard line now. 1st and 10. Shotgun. Cox. Two-step drop will keep it. Cox is going to go down to the 24, pick up 1 on the play.
That was that quarterback draw that we saw in the first quarter that went for a touchdown when he got to the outside.
About 2:05 to play here in the first half. 21-0 contest in favor of the home team, the New Philadelphia Quakers. And I think I should mention the Quakers coming out this year in red helmets. Red football helmets this year for the Quakers. A new look. Cox. Boy, he's got nice speed out there.
Yeah, he's got good speed. The defensive linemen from Canton Central, they have no chance of chasing him down. I mean, there's a broken play, and Philly still picks up about 5 yards or 6 yards off of it.
All right, call it 3rd and 3 now. Ball on the 18. There you get a good shot of Cody Cox. Now he's going to tuck it, take it, and run before he's knocked out of bounds there. Cody Cox. 3rd and 3 from the 18.
Good job of killing the clock. Good, smart quarterback. Got out of bounds so they didn't have to use a timeout.
Need 3 yards here on this one, and they're going to get it. Nice play call. Nice block out there. Will McEwen still not down, knocked out of bounds inside the 10. It's going to be a first down, New Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's the same pass we saw 2 plays ago, that little jailbreak with the flanker back blocking on the cornerback, and it's a catch and run, more run after the catch and leave it up to the tailback to pick up the yardage.
All right, 1st and goal now from, wait a minute, no, they got him at the 11-yard line. I thought they got him just inside the 10, so we'll call it 1st and 10 now from the 11.
Once again, got out of bounds to kill the clock.
Out wide is number 7, that's Trenton Bird, along with Will McEwen, wide to the left side. Handoff will go inside to Cooper Hill. No gain on the play.
There's still plenty of time. He's got a minute and a half. He called timeout. They've done a good job here conserving their timeouts, getting out of bounds, killing the clock. It's been a good 2-minute offense right here.
We should mention, Bruce, and we haven't had time yet, but we have some celebrities with us tonight in the big-time booth, do we not?
Absolutely.
Bruce, do you want the honors to introduce them, or shall I?
I'll leave that up to you.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I would be remiss if I didn't introduce the world's most beautiful, most wonderful lady, and that happens to be lovely and multi-talented Mrs. Jones. I, of course, refer to her as Smoochie. Smoochie is in the booth tonight with the big-time sports guys.
Yeah,
Now, with Judy Farbizo laughing at that, let me introduce Tom Terrific's multi-talented, lovely young lady, and that's Judy Farbizo, who is also in the booth with us tonight. And last but certainly not least, everybody's favorite sports guy from beautiful downtown Dover, Bruce, we have Sean the Rocker Wilson sitting right here with us. Now, wouldn't anybody want to be with that crew on a Friday night?
Absolutely.
All right.
I know one thing. If this was the Olympics, your wife would get a dozen gold medals.
Isn't that the truth? She's my gold medal winner, baby.
That's right.
My Smoochie. All right, 2nd and 8 now. Ball on the 9. Cox is going to roll left. He's going to look. He's got a guy. Did he get it? No, he did not get it. Couldn't hold on to it. That was number 7, Trenton Bird, out there in the corner of the end zone.
It was a good throw. He threw it out there where nobody could get it except the offensive receiver. Here it is. There was no chance of an interception, just a little outside, I guess.
So let's see now. What the New Philadelphia Quakers elect to do. Taking a lot of time off the clock on this series, Bruce.
Yeah, well, it's incomplete, so there was only 4 seconds. They had a minute and a half or minute 31 off of that play. So they've run the 2-minute drill to perfection so far.
3rd and 8 from just inside the 10. Got to get rid of it. A lot of pressure. He's got it. This is Will McEwen. McEwen is going to go to the 1-yard line for the Quakers. Nice pass inside.
32, Tyler Dumermuth.
Yes, 32, that was TD, Tyler Dumermuth.
It's close to a first down. Should be a first down, I think.
Well, they're going to stop the clock, bring out the chain gang, and take a look at it. There you see that catch, that pass from Cox to Tyler Dumermuth.
Great run after the catch.
Tyler is going to cut inside. As he smells that end zone, he's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line. Well, they got a chain on it. What do we got? We got a first down, Quakers. How about that? 1st and goal now, and the scoreboard says from the 1. So the Quakers having their way here in the first half. You know, this reminds me a lot of that game up at Canton Central Catholic last year when they put the hammer on the Quakers in the first half.
First miscue of the night on offense for the Quakers.
A lot of credit should go to that offensive line of the Quakers, and that includes tackle Jordan DeMatteo, number 50, Philip Ross, a guard at 52, Ethan Zuckel, the center, number 54, the other guard, Zach Alcorn, number 74, right tackle is Nick Barrow, number 51, and the tight end, Kyle Witter, wearing number 45.
They still have one timeout left, 50 seconds. Little cross.
This one's
counter.
going to go. This is touchdown city, baby.
32, Tyler Dumermuth.
All right, so touchdown Tyler, TD with a touchdown. Tyler Dumermuth with his second touchdown of the contest. That'll stop the clock with 43 seconds to play. There you see a good replay of that. Tyler Dumermuth makes a nice cut inside, walks into the end zone. Right now it's 27-0 Quakers, and it's going to be a long night for the Crusaders from Canton. Kicked by Sofer. Looks good from up here. What do we got? It is good, so Andrew Sofer with another point after, and that's 4 times now Sofer has connected on that extra point kick. 28-0 now in favor of the New Philadelphia Quakers. Now, you have to ask yourself, is New Philadelphia that good? Or is Canton Central Catholic not that good?
I think it's a combination of both. From what I've seen so far, New Philadelphia's skill people are far superior to Canton Central Catholics, and they've dominated both lines of scrimmage, offensive line of scrimmage and defensive line of scrimmage. I think New Philadelphia is better than what most people might have thought they were going to be. They thought they were going to be good, but I think they're real good. I mean, Canton Central Catholics never any slouch football team. They play top-notch competition week in and week out, so they're going to win their share of ball games. I think this, if New Philadelphia can go through the year and not get many injuries, this could be a really, really good year for them.
Well, there you see a nice shot of head coach Matt Dennison, and of course we talked to Matt prior to kickoff. We also talked to his father, Jim Dennison, who was a coach at Walsh University. Sofer with the kick will be taken by Keller at about the 5. Keller will come up through the center and will be stopped at the 20-yard line, and that'll stop the clock with 38 seconds to play in the first half.
I think you'll see run a play and let's go to the locker room for Canton Central.
I think that's exactly what Coach Lowell Kleinfelder's got in mind. And don't forget, you people out there in big-time sports land, coming up at halftime, Bruce and I will be talking about the first half, bringing you all the stats, that all compliments of Big Jim's Burgers and More, sponsor of our halftime report. Wow, how about that Quaker defense again?
Just swarming all over them. They don't have any chance to move the ball at all. Number 51 in on the tackle, Nick Barrow again, plus a host of other people. Another loss yardage for the Crusaders.
Clock is ticking, and I'm sure. Well, no, I'm not sure. Are they going to get a snap off before it expires? Yes, they are. Going to give it to the first guy through. He's going to be stopped at the 20, and that's going to do it. Our first half of action here from Quaker Stadium tells us this. It's nothing but red and black so far, sports fans. Nothing lead over the Crusaders from Canton Central Catholic. Bruce Witter. First half, buddy, looked to me like that New Philadelphia defense was swarming and was all over them. New Philadelphia was hitting and doing some bumping and grinding. It was all Quakers in the first half. That, of course, is my synopsis. Now, Bruce, what do you got?
Yeah, they're extremely aggressive on defense, which I'm positive Coach Dennison loves to see that. This new 3-5 scheme that they're using is really working out for them. It's a good game for them to get off on a good note like that against Canton Central, but their offensive and defensive line have pretty much set the tone in this ball game. They've dominated both sides of the football.
All right, the scoring in our first half in that first period, Cody Cox with a 38-yard scamper Sofer with the point after to put the Quakers up 7-0. Also late in that first period, Cody Cox again with a 12-yard run and a Sofer kick at the end of one. It was 14-0. In that second period, Cody Cox with a nice pass at the 4:37 mark to Tyler Dumermuth. Sofer kick is good, and late in our first half, Tyler Dumermuth again with a touchdown pass. The Sofer kick is good. That's where we stand here at halftime. It's a 28-0 Quaker lead. And Bruce Witter, why don't you give us some stats from that first half of action?
Well, the stat board doesn't show anything different than what the scoreboard does. Domination by the Quakers, 28-0. As you can see, they've stifled Canton Central Catholic. 15 rushing attempts for -7 yards, 3 of 6 for 1 yard. Total offense for Canton Central Catholic, -6 yards with 1 turnover. Quakers, on the other hand, haven't been dominant. They've had some great field position, a couple of big runs, like Charlie said before, 110 rushing yards, 5 of 10 passing, 71 yards, 181 total yards, and they did turn the ball over one time on a pass that Canton Central picked off, which was one of their biggest plays of the night, except it was called back on a penalty.
All right, so there you have it, Bruce Witter, and our first half stats on our Big Jim's Burgers and More halftime report. If you want something good to eat before or after the game, why don't you take the short drive to the south side of New Philadelphia, see our buddy Big Jim, and French fries. Have you ever had the French fries, Bruce?
Yeah, great.
Wow.
Fresh cut fries.
Absolutely. I mean, the burgers are great, but man, I really get into the French fries down there at Big Jim's.
They're excellent.
All right, so many thanks to Big Jim's for sponsoring our halftime report this season. Now, a programming note coming at you from Big Time Sports and PCM2. Next weekend, we're going to bring you Dover, Philly girls and boys. I repeat, Dover, Philly girls and boys soccer. And you can watch those matches right here. That's next, let me look here, let's see. That would be next Saturday night at 10:30 on Channel 2. You can watch girls and boys soccer on Channel 2 next Saturday night at 10:30. And then also on Sunday, August 31st, you can see the second replay. All right. And all right, I have just been corrected. The girls soccer game is going to be at 8 p.m. on Saturday night, August the 30th. And the boys game will come approximately about 10:30 that same night. All right, now, don't forget now on September 18th. On September 18th, Ridgewood and Tuscarawas Central Catholic volleyball coming at you. So stay tuned to Big Time Sports for all the high school action. We're talking football, we're talking soccer, and we're talking volleyball, all on Big Time Sports right here on Channel 2. And Bruce, what does Coach Lowell Kleinfelder say in the locker room at halftime? Down 28-0.
Well, they got to come out, and the offensive line has to perform better for them. They, -6 total yards for a half. That's obvious. That's not very good. So his offensive line has got to come out and try to, be a little more aggressive and so forth. And they got to try to get a score on the board early here, right in the second half, or this thing can get way out of hand.
All right, so the Quakers at 7-3 last year. Central Catholic finishing the season at 10-2 last year, but you can tell by watching this first half, Bruce, Central Catholic in a big rebuilding mode up there at Central Catholic High School.
Yeah, they lost a lot of horses from that team last year when they only lost twice during the season to the Big Reds of Steubenville.
We'd also like to thank our good friends from Frontier Tool and Equipment Rental. That's down in Brightwood, so Frontier Tool and Equipment Rental, Len Gundy and his crew. Just dial 339-RENT. That's 330-339-RENT for pretty much, Bruce, anything you may want to rent, you can find at Frontier Tool and Equipment Rental. You dig? We'd also, of course, like to thank our good friend Dr. Sean Moan at Dover Dental Group. There you get a shot of Coach Kleinfelder out there on the field, taking a look at his Chargers here to begin the second half. The Dover Dental Group at 129 West 2nd Street in Dover, sponsoring our scoreboard again this season. Give them a call at 330-343-8132. Our scoreboard sponsor, that's the Dover Dental Group. Coming up right after the game, it's the Idlewild Inn wrap-up show, to be followed by our Manor MVP selection. So there you have it, Big Time Sports on Big Time Channel 2. You dig? Coming to you from Quaker Stadium tonight, watching the Quakers and the Crusaders. Check out the scoreboard, Bruce, as they throw up some stats there to end the first half. There you see Andrew Sofer teeing up the football for the Quakers. So the Crusaders will begin the second half with the football. And as Bruce just told you, they need to get something going, and it better be sooner than later here in the second half. Sofer with a nice kick. Keller is going to field it at his own 4-yard line. Straight up the middle of the field. He's going to be hit, going to be wrapped, he's going to spin, and he's finally going to get knocked down at the 27-yard line. So Central Catholic with pretty, well, I'll tell you what, might be one of their best field positions of the ball game, and still at the 27.
Yeah, I was going to say that not much better than they've had all game long. The one time when they got the interception and took it all the way down the field, they had the illegal block in the back and it brought them all the way back. That was the best field position they had at about their 36-yard line.
All right, so Kyle Dureska, wearing number 11, is back at quarterback for Central Catholic. Quick throw out to the tight end, up to the 31-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play. Call it second now and 6 for the Crusaders. Let's watch the replay here. Just a quick pass out on the flats.
You can see Central doesn't have the outside speed like New Philly does to try to get on that corner. The speed of the secondary of New Philadelphia just, closes that play down real quick.
Second and 7 now from the 30. Keeper by Dureska. And Dureska's going to be knocked down at the 30-yard line.
He got nailed by Tyler Dumamuth right on the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Well, I'm telling you what, Canton Central Catholic with minus 6 yards rushing in the first half and only 1 yard passing in the first half.
Yeah, that's it. They threw a couple of those out passes that didn't really gain anything.
That ball almost picked off in there by number 40, Dylan Barbie. Barbie had his hands up. Ball went right through his hands. That's going to make it 4th and 7 now for Central Catholic.
Yeah, Canton Central's reverted to trying to throw the quick, short, cross patterns, slant ends, out patterns, because they haven't had enough time to throw in the first half.
No, he takes about 2 steps backwards, and then he's got to start running for his life. All right, back deep for the New Philadelphia Quakers. Will McEwen, number 33. Streb with the bunt. McEwen will take it at the 38. Nice cutback. He's got room. Look out, baby. Uh-oh, we got a flag. We got a flag, and McEwen is going to take it into the end zone, but bring him back wave the flag because I'm seeing a yellow rag laying down there about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that's right where he broke it loose. You can, if we have a replay, you can see the clip. It's real obvious.
Right here, now watch.
Right here, right there.
Oh, yes, he did too. Nice play by our guys in the truck catching that replay there on our Weaver Barnes rewind. There you see McEwen going into the end zone, and at that point in time, little does he know that we got to bring her back.
Yeah, he went untouched after he broke that first contact.
Well, that's happened a couple other times this evening. So the Quakers will get the football, but we can bring that touchdown back and spot the football at the 32-yard line. Quakers now 1st and 10 from the 32.
Well, nothing changed for Canton Central's offense in the first series of the second half.
A little anemic, isn't it? Huh? Quakers, right side. Stopped at the line of scrimmage at the 32. No gain on the play. That's big number 32, Tyler Dumermuth.
Host of tacklers there from Canton Central. Number 53, Rocco Pellegrino, leading the charge.
Second and 10 now from the 32. Quakers on the attack. Cox. Will McEwen. Left side. Pickup of maybe a yard on the play. Not a whole lot of running room that time.
Number 28, Chris Heath from Central on the tackle.
Nine minutes to play here in the third period. 28-0 in favor of the home team, the new Philadelphia Quakers. 3rd and 7 now from the 35. Cox back in shotgun. Cody Cox looks. Will keep it. Wow, we'll shed one tackler. We'll throw to the center of the field and can't find a handle on it is Tyler Dumermuth. So that's going to bring about 4th down, and not a whole lot of punts needed by the Quakers in that first half.
No, I think they only punted one time in the first half.
So TD, touchdown, Tyler Dumermuth. Back in punt formation. Tyler with a good leg on him and a real good punter for Coach Matt Dennison.
Nick Keller's been getting a workout returning punts and kickoffs here tonight for Central.
Dumermuth with a booming kick. Keller is going to call for a fair catch at the 32-yard line.
Good coverage down there by number 12, Ben Napier, or number 12 for the Quakers, Max Price. Sorry.
Next Friday night, the Big Time Sports Crew and the Prestige Creative Marketing will bring you that Indian Valley Claymont game. You can watch that one about 10:30 next Friday night, the Braves and the Mustangs. Oh, a little bit of running room that time. Takes it down to the 38-yard line.
Just almost broke it. Number 58, Mike Anderson, the nose tackle, got a hand on him and kept it to a 6-yard gain when it looked like could have broke loose there for some big yardage.
Nice shot on the replay there by the guys in the truck. Quakers now. Well, let's see now what Kyle Dureska and the Crusaders are going to bring to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 4 from the 38. Dureska will throw it, will not get it there. The pass was there, couldn't find a handle.
Yeah, that was a pass there that should have been caught.
A lot of traffic. I think he heard footsteps, don't you?
He finally got some time to throw, and he got squared up and delivered the ball, and then he couldn't get his receiver to bring it in.
All right, now call it 3rd and 4. Central Catholic needs to break something big, and they need to break it soon. Jareska looks, will go to the right side. The ball is caught. Loose football now, and what do we got, Bruce?
I think he called him down.
All right.
He must have recovered his own fumble.
All right, he's spotted at about the 42-yard line. That is going to be real close, Bruce, to a first down, and it is a first down for the Crusaders. Once again, we'd like to thank Frontier Tool and Equipment Rental at 330-339-RENT. Anything you need, saws, anything, lifts, any of that neat stuff, Bruce, you can get at Frontier Tool Rental. Handoff. Look out. Got some running room. This is the quarterback, Jareska. Kyle Jareska, number 11, picking up some big real estate that time for the Crusaders. And he'll take that football all the way down to the 44. Here you see it on the replay. That's quarterback Kyle Jareska.
That's that fake dive and pulls it back out and runs it, like an option play. That was the one big play they had in the first half that the quarterback gained 26 yards on.
All right, first down now as a result of that run by quarterback Kyle Jareska. Jareska looks, will throw downfield, will throw inside to see him. It's going to be no. That ball was not caught. It was trapped on the surface of the playing field, so it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he underthrew that one a little bit.
That'll make it 2nd and 10 now from the 43.
Had his receiver open, just underthrew it. You can see obvious, it's on the deck.
Yep, there you get a good shot on that replay once again by the boys in the truck coming at you. Trapped on the playing surface. 2nd 10 now from the 43. A lot of heat coming. Do they get it out? Yes, they do.
Little screen pass, but good job of sniffing out that play. Number 8, Zach Denham.
Coming up at the end of the game, the Idlewise In wrap-up show. And then our Manor MVP. We'd also like to thank our pregame sponsor, McInturf Realty. Jan McInturf and his staff do a nice job over there at McInturf Realty. And, of course, Big Jim's Burgers and More, our halftime sponsor. 3rd and 3 now from the 36. Jareska will pitch, late pitch, and wow! And what do we got? Man, he reached into his pocket. I thought we were going to have. Take a look at this replay, and I want you to see how Tyler Dumermuth mauls, and I mean mauls this guy. Watch this. There's Dumermuth setting up for the hit. Boom! There he's got him. Now watch him pick him up and throw him to the mat right there. Good, strong defensive play by Tyler Dumermuth. And the other guy on the other end still on the field. And with that, let's go back to the truck. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back after you watch this. And we're back at Quaker Stadium. Big hit by Tyler Dumermuth on Tyler Triner, and Triner is helped off the field, and we certainly hope that Tyler Triner is okay over there on the sidelines, because we do not want to see anybody hurt out there in this high school football game. Kick is going to shank it, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 20-yard line, Bruce, about the 19.
Yeah, it's about a 22-yard punt, shank, as you would refer to it, which is a nasty word in any sport. So the Quakers will take over at their own 19-yard line. Once again, a good defensive stand by the New Philadelphia Quakers. That's the first time that Central's moved the ball at all. They got a couple of first downs in that drive. I don't know, they may not even have had 2 first downs in the first half.
Well, let's see now. Still the same lineup in there for the Quakers. Cox will give it to Will McEwen. Nice cutback. Boy, he's got good feet out there, doesn't he?
That's a nice run. That was all on his own. He broke the line of scrimmage that time, picked up a first down, 10, 11-yard gain.
Yeah, here's the replay. Now keep an eye now on the cutback by Will McEwen.
Broke the first tackle.
Right there,
2,
a beautiful cutback.
3, 11-yard gain.
Yep, nice pickup by Will McEwen out of that backfield on our Weaver Barnes replay. There you see our Dover Dental Group, our good friends from Dover Dental, sponsoring our scoreboard again this year. First and 10 from the 30 on a big pickup by Will McEwen, and we've got a timeout, a dead ball.
Equipment problem.
Yeah, we got a helmet or a face mask that needs worked on out there. Charlie Jones along with Bruce Witter tonight from the Big Time Sports booth, along with Sean the Rocker Wilson and the lovely and talented Smoochie Jones. McEwen this time is going to be wrapped at the 30. There is no gain on that play. So that'll make it a 2nd and 10 now.
Nick Keller again on the tackle. He's been all over the field for Central Catholic tonight, returning punts, returning kickoffs, intercepted a pass. So he's played big for Central in losing ways so far.
All right, let's see now what Cox and the Quakers are going to deal up here. Under center is Cody Cox. Ethan Zuckel, the center for the Quakers. Not a whole lot of running room that time again, Bruce.
No, it was pretty jammed up in the middle. Number 70, Harrison Dickerhoof for Central Catholic was there, along with a couple of other people. So this game's kind of settled down into, I think Coach Dennison realizes I don't have to throw the ball. I try to grind it out, take some time off the clock, and just wait to see if Central makes a mistake.
Number 7 out wide to the left side of the field is Trenton Bird, a wide receiver at 5'10", and only a junior is number 7, Trenton Bird. He's going to roll that way. Cox will roll to the left side. Will try to go to Bird and can't get him. On offense, on that offensive line, we have Jordan Demateo, Philip Ross, Ethan Zuckel, Zach Alcorn, and Nick Barrow, along with Kyle Witter and Tyler Duvermuth, of course. 4th down now for the Quakers. And Tyler, touchdown, TD Duvermuth, will put that big size 12.5 into that football and kick it away now for the Quakers. Pretty nice kick. Keller with a fair catch call, fumbles it, but will recover for the Crusaders.
Good coverage again by Dylan Barbie and also number 12, Max Price.
3:47 to play here in the 3rd period. Quakers still with that 28-point lead at 28-zip. All the scoring, of course, coming in the first half. Cox with a couple touchdowns. Tyler Duvermuth with a couple touchdowns. And Sofer with 4 PATs on the board for the Quakers. All right, buddy, so we got a timeout on the field now. I think Lowell Kleinfelder wants to talk a few things over. And once again, don't forget next weekend, next Friday night, Indian Valley and Claymont on Big Time Sports and Channel 2. You can watch all that action next Friday night at 10:30. That's the Braves and the Mustangs. And Bruce, this is what it's all about, buddy. High school football at its best, huh?
It's the cheapest ticket around and the greatest entertainment around. You can't beat the price. Always go to any type of high school sports, whether it be males or female. It's a great thing to view.
All right, and don't forget, next up, back to action now. I'll bring you some more programming notes as time permits on all the action here with our volleyball and our soccer on Big Time Sports. Dreska, nice keeper, has some running room. He'll take it inside the 45, down to the 44. That's Kyle Dreska, number 11, the quarterback, and he'll be a little bit sore tomorrow morning.
Somebody down on the sideline.
Got another Crusader down. That looks to me like we got a leg cramp, doesn't it?
Yeah, by the looks of it, looks like he's working on the toe, trying to bend calf cramp.
All right, so while we're getting him back into the lineup, let's talk about those soccer games. That's next Saturday. We'll be bringing you some Dover Philly girls and boys soccer. All right, and the first replay is at 8 o'clock. That's the girls. The girls soccer will be 8 o'clock next Saturday evening, followed at 10:30 by the boys soccer game between Dover and Philly. So for all you soccer moms and all you soccer dads, that's next Saturday night right here on PCM2 on Big Time Sports. Dover Philly soccer action coming at you. Then on September 18th, we're going to bring some volleyball action at you. Ridgewood versus Tuscarawas Central Catholic on September 18th. That'll be about 10:30 that evening, but we got plenty of time to remind you of that one. Back to action now on the field. 3:28 on the clock. 2nd and 2 now for Jareska and the Crusaders. Jareska with a straight up keeper, and he's going to get, look out, oh, sweet banana. He almost broke it, but falls down at about the 32.
That was Keller because Dreska was the one down with the leg cramps.
Ah, okay. So Keller moves in there at quarterback.
Biggest gain of the night for them.
There you see Nick Keller, and in his first snap, that's right, the biggest gain of the game for Canton Central Catholic, Nick Keller, who is also the place kicker. Keller is going to stay in there at quarterback, isn't he?
Believe so.
I think that is number 10. This is Keller. Keller's going to run the option. Keller is going to keep it. Keller's going to cut inside, and Keller is going to take it all the way down to the 25-yard line, and that should be enough for a first down.
It's close. He might just be a little short where they're spotting the ball right now. So that's about 35 yards he's gained in the last two attempts.
All right, so a little bit short. Call it 2nd and 1 now from the 25. Nick Keller, the new quarterback. Let's watch the replay here. Keller is going to fake it outside, is going to cut it back inside. Keller again avoids that tackle, and Keller is going to take it all the way down now to about the 25-yard line.
That's a little short. They're not even going to measure.
Nice crowd on hand tonight, particularly on the home side of the field. A lot of Quaker faithful turning out for this one.
Keller.
Loose football, but I think they're going to say, no, that ball was down.
Keller again.
All right, so he picks up the first down. The guy in the white hat says, hey, first down. So Keller, who steps in at quarterback for the injured Kyle Dreska. Now, can you imagine Dreska, the starting quarterback? Let's hope he's not got a bad injury, because a Kleinfelder, can't take any more injuries.
Well, not particularly to skill people. I mean, it's pretty obvious that Keller's a runner and not a thrower. I mean, he got stuck pretty good there. Number 50 on the play there, Jordan Dematio.
Nice stick by Jordan Demateo, and Keller gets up and goes back to that huddle now. Clock running at the 1:25 mark of the third period. 2nd and 12 now. The ball on the 25. Nick Keller now at quarterback. Shotgun formation, takes a snap. Will throw his first pass, and it's going to be short and behind the intended receiver. Had him out there, had him open, but didn't get the football to him.
As I look on Central sidelines, I see number 11 standing there, so it wasn't a serious injury. I think Coach Kleinfelder's just going to give Keller a shot here, see what he can do with the offense.
Yeah, and why not, right?
Yeah, 28-0. It's almost the fourth quarter. I mean, the outcome's pretty much determined unless something really, really strange happens.
3rd and 12 now. Canton Central Catholic from the 25. They need a big gainer here. Avoids the rush of the linebackers, gets outside, is not going to make the 12-yard, and is going to be stuck at about the 18-yard line.
That's Zach Denham and number 8 and number 24, Matt Burrick, on closing down to keep that to about a 6-yard gain.
All right, 3rd now and about, well, they're calling it 6. 4th and 6 now. From the 19.
4 down territory. There ain't any sense trying to field goal or punting here. You got to go for it.
That's exactly right. Clock is running now with 20 seconds to play in the third period. 4th and 6. Keller surveys the field, keeps the football. Keller is going to pick up the first down. Keller with a nice dive in there down to the 11-yard line. That's a big first down now for Canton Central Catholic.
That was a big run there. That was a gutsy call.
Most certainly was.
Run at 4th and 7.
Particularly the way he got stuck. Remember? He got stuck on that last play. So that'll do it after back at Quaker Stadium now. Just about ready for the 4th and final period. The Quakers on top, 28-0, but the Canton Central Catholic Crusaders now have picked up a big first down at about the 11-yard line. So we'll start the fourth quarter now with Nick Keller at the quarterback spot for Canton Central Catholic on the attack. Keller will take it. Keller is going to keep it, and Keller's going to pick up maybe 1 on the quarterback carry.
That's number 50 again, Nick Barrow. He's been pretty in on a lot of plays here on the defense for the Quakers tonight.
Well, they've got the ball spotted just outside the 10-yard line.
No gain on the last play.
All right, so we're going to call it 2nd down now. Let's see if New Philly can rise to the occasion, Bruce, and stuff them here and get that ball back.
I think they've come this far. I think they want to keep that whitewash on the board.
Keller will look, will throw over the middle. Oh, almost caught, but a good defensive play out there by number 40. That's Dylan Barbie. Barbie almost with an interception in the end zone. Yep. Take a look at the replay now.
And he still almost caught it after that.
Right there is Barbie getting a hand on it, and yes, the receiver almost got to it.
Number 18, Frank Mall, had his hands on it almost for a touchdown.
All right, so call it 3rd and 10 now as the Quaker defense refuses to give up anything, Bruce.
Yeah, they want this shutout, I think. They're going to work hard here.
Keller. He's got to keep it. He's got to keep it. He's going to try to throw it, but he can't get it to anybody as he's bumped out of bounds. Now Keller is going to be hurt. Boy, what about this scenario? Your first-string quarterback is out with an injury. Your second-string quarterback, who is also your place kicker.
No, he's the return.
Yeah, that's right, return specialist. He's laying down there on the sideline now. There you get a good shot. Yeah, take a look at the hit here. on Nick Keller.
It was a good hit. It was a legal hit. It was inbounds. And you'll see the other quarterback come in now, because I don't think he was shaken up that bad before. Once again, it looks like a cramp situation.
Yep, I think it does. You got the trainer down there from Canton Central Catholic trying to stretch that leg out. But while we've got a chance, let me remind you, high school sports fans, every Wednesday night at 7 and every Friday night at 10, you can watch the really big time sports show on PCM Channel 2. And next week, as you're watching this replay, next week we're going to bring the Central Catholic Saints into the big time studios next week. So watch us next Wednesday night at 7 and next Friday night at 10. It's big time sports, and the Central Catholic Saints will be in the house. And Bruce, you never miss the big time sports show, do you?
No, I don't.
Do you have,
especially with you at the helm?
Do you have any idea when it's on?
No.
I didn't think so. That's my partner. You know what I mean? Wow, Dancing Danny Hurst out in the truck knows, Bruce. See, he's trying to give you a hint. Wednesday night at 7, Friday night at 10. Tune us in on Big Time Sports on Channel 2. All right, let's see if the Quakers now can stuff them again. Keller, here comes the rush. That pass is going to be overthrown, and the Quaker defense, all right, has served notice this evening.
The play was set up well. It was a screen back to the left side. He just didn't have any time to get it off. The receiver couldn't get turned around.
So the Quakers now will take over at their own 11-yard line with just over 11 minutes to play now in this contest. Hey, but you got to like the defense tonight by the Quakers, right?
Been very aggressive defensively. They've this 3-5 scheme that Coach Dennison has come with this year is so far has paid its dividends for them.
All right, so let's see now what Cody Cox and the Quaker offense now will do with the football. Nice kick inside. Will McEwen with a nice pickup all the way out to the 25-yard line.
15-yard gain.
Yeah, nice 15-yard scamper there by Will McEwen. Clock running at 10:50 in the contest.
Canton Central's back on their heels now. I think defensively they're getting tired. So I think you'll see New Philly grind out quite a bit of yardage here.
The give this time to Tyler Dumermuth. Tyler breaks loose. Tyler's going to be inside the 30. He'll take it up to the 31-yard line. Will McEwen with the football.
See, just poor tackling.
I see a 3 out there. I don't know if it's 33 or 32. That's Will McEwen there.
Just poor tackling there. Of course, you got to give McEwen credit. He keeps the legs churning and runs right through the tackles.
All right, from the 25.
That's the fullback that time. Short gain, number 70. For Central Catholic, that's Harrison Dickerhoof in on the tackle.
Well, scoreboard says now 3rd and 2 from the 33. Tyler Dumermuth will come back into the game. Third and 2 from the 33. Quick pass out on the right side. This is going to pick up a first down. Nice lead block. Nice cutback that time. Big gain now all the way down to the midfield stripe.
18-yard gain.
Wow, and how about that? Let's get a number on that receiver. That's number 24, I think, Matt Burrick. Yes, that is Matt Burrick.
That's that quick screen with the The split guy doing the blocking on the cornerback. They're a good job by number 32, Tyler Dumermuth, on the corner. Good block.
That's the first time we've seen that play tonight, Bruce, and looked pretty good that time.
Yeah, we saw it in the first half. It's been pretty effective for him.
Cox will throw outside, cut inside, all the way down to the 40-yard line now are the Quakers. Going to stop the clock at the 8:38 mark of the contest. Another first down for New Philadelphia. Canton Central Catholic last year with a great season at 10-2. Those only 2 losses were to the hands of Steubenville Big Red. Quakers, of course, at 7-3 with a nice solid season. But right about now are looking pretty good to start this campaign.
33.
McEwen again with the football.
He's running with the shoulder pads close to the ground, and like we said before, running downhill, running over top of people, making sure he's, they're ripping off 5-6 yards at a time on the ground now.
So from just inside the 35-yard line, we're going to call it 2nd and 5 now. A lot of time being taken off the clock on this drive, Bruce, and you called that one, didn't you?
Chewing it up now. Philly's got some new people in on the line even, too. I think I see 75 down there, Derek Chuney. .36 on the carry. That's the big fullback, Cooper Hill. Almost picked up a first down.
Yeah, just short. 3rd and 1 from the 30. Got some new faces in there, as Bruce just told you, on that offensive line. We'll try to get them for you as we can pick them out. Straight ahead on the handoff. Going to be good enough for the New Philadelphia first down. Ball now at the 28-yard line. Quick pitch out to, we got a flag on the play, and that's got to be a face mask, doesn't it?
Well, it might be a holding call on that's a quick out pass with the wide receiver blocking. It's probably a holding call.
Yes, it is. They got a hold out there. Trenton Bird, the receiver, on the pass from Cody Cox.
That's one of the few mistakes New Philly's made tonight. Besides the interception, they've had a couple of penalties. That one penalty down in when they were close, but they still got it in. So they've, I think Coach Dennison has to be real pleased with the way they've played tonight, both offensively and defensively.
Well, next week, the Quakers will travel to Carrollton and play the Carrollton Warriors next Friday night. 1st and 18 now on the holding penalty by the Quakers. McEwen with the football. Boy, don't you like the way he cuts back inside?
He doesn't mess around. He sees that hole and he runs north and south.
And I think that's why they like him so much. I mean, he knows where that hole is, and he's going to get it and pick it right now on you. 5:50 to play in the contest. 2nd and 12 now for the Quakers from the 30. Here you get another good look at Will McEwen on the cutback inside.
See, every time he gets hit, he goes forward. He falls forward.
All right, let's see now. Cox will throw it out on the flats to McEwen. McEwen is going to shake off one tackler. He's going to cut back inside, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 27-yard line.
That's almost like a pitch out and a run there rather than a pass. Even though he threw it forward, it would be incomplete. Makes a nice run. Right now looks like he's going to lose 4 or 5 yards. Dips it up inside and actually gains 1.
hard worker Will McEwen. He'll be a tired young man when this one's over.
Now they all will be, as hot and humid as it was tonight.
3rd and 10 now from the 28. There you get a good shot of quarterback Cody Cox. Getting set for the snap. We'll take that snap. We'll look downfield now with the football. We'll throw it out, intended for Tyler Dumermuth, but Tyler couldn't quite get the handle on it. It's an incomplete pass now, and that'll make it 4th and 10 now for the Quakers. Hey, you're at the 28-yard line. Huh? 4th down territory, right?
Kind of foolish to punt the ball here, so.
Let's see what Coach Matt Dennison sends in now from the sidelines. 4th and 10 from the 28. Boy, they got him spread out now. Well, the white cap is going to walk in. Make sure the ball is spotted properly. A lot of guys out wide this time for the Quakers. Tyler Dumermuth to the right side. We're going to bring it back, and we're going to talk about it again.
Speaking of the white cap, this is the first game for the officials this year, too, and I think they've done a pretty good job. You spoke of Carlton. Of course, our man Jeff Oler, the referee tonight, is from Carlton, and I see one of my old buddies, Jim Range, is on the game tonight. We used to do battle with him when he was playing for Dover St. Joe.
On the move now, the Quakers with the football. 4th down now. This is Cox. Cox is going to throw it, but it's going to be incomplete. At about the 17-yard line. Yeah, thought he might have had it.
Hit him in a bad place, right in the hands.
Yes, isn't that something? So the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic will get the football back at the 4:33 mark of the ball game. We'd like to thank New Philadelphia High School for taking care of us tonight up here in the booth. Tom Farbizo and his crew doing another nice job. We'd also like to thank our guys down in the truck tonight who have also done another fine job, right? Snap. Keller is going to keep it. Keller is going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage by that Quaker defense. And Bruce, we know how bad it was at halftime. Total yardage for Canton Central Catholic is not going to be a whole lot better at the end of the football game.
They've had more plays in the second half and more positive yardage, and a lot has to do with Keller at quarterback, but I think that's also limited Coach Kleinfelder's offense a little bit, too.
Just under 4 minutes now. 2nd and 10, Canton Central Catholic. Quakers still with that big 28-0 lead here. Keller is going to throw it out there, but a nice interception by Ben Lawver. Number 5 is Ben Lawver, a 5'9", 150-pound, wow, 5'9" and 150. That's not very big.
No, it isn't.
Good hands, though, picking off that pass by Nick Keller.
3:43 left in the game. I think we might see some new jerseys in the game. And, yeah, they can see the assistant coaches yelling for people. I see number 2 in there. Number 5.
Number 2 is Stephen Hardy. And number 5 just got that interception. That's Ben Lawver. You know what Woody Hayes would do about now, don't you, Bruce? He'd sit on the football. He'd just let the clock run out, buddy.
I think you're probably going to see that here. We got all kinds of, we have a new quarterback, number 12, Max Price. So a whole new offensive lineup in there for the Quakers.
Yeah, let's try to give them their due whenever we can, Bruce. That's Max Price at quarterback.
Tailback is 24, Matt Burrick. Now he's out. Number 4 is in the game, Sean Flynn. 89, Michael Bazzoli, tight end.
You got to love it. You know, because the more guys that get to play, the better. I like to see those guys coming in off the sidelines and getting some playing time.
That's number 40 carrying the ball, Dylan Barbie.
Ball's going to be spotted just inside the midfield stripe. Make it 2nd now and 15 from the 49 for the Quakers. Stay tuned for our wrap-up show brought to you by our good friends at the Idlewise Inn in Sugar Creek. Then, of course, Bruce and I will pick our Manor MVP of the contest. Price will throw it out now. Pitch out to number 5, Ben Lawver. Lawver trying to get around that right side.
Number 22 in the game for the Quakers, Eric Rowland. 25 into the game, Kane Fideli.
Kane
Fideli. I haven't butchered any names since Ken Zorski last year at Claymont. So
yeah, that's right.
I might as well butcher them up now.
Well, that's what it says. Kane Fideli. That's close enough, right?
Yep. Fumble.
Got a fumble out there, and who's got the football? Well,
Central's got it.
Yep, Central Catholic with the football. All right, so with that, let's take a quick break. 28-0 in favor of the Quakers. We'll be back after you watch this. Back at Quaker Stadium. Canton Central Catholic with that fumble recovery with the football will throw downfield. Ball is caught by who? That's Nick Keller?
Nick Keller.
Right, Nick Keller, who went from flanker to quarterback and back to flanker on the receiving end of that pass.
Quakers have all new personnel in on defense. Canton Central still has the first unit on the field, so they're trying to get a score, and of course the Quakers are, hoping that this second unit can keep them out of the end zone.
Well, it's good experience for these young Quakers against that first-team Central Catholic unit. Another pass out in the flanks, and all the way down now to the 25 is Canton Central Catholic. That'll stop things with the first down now at the 1:39 mark of the ball game, and watch the replay now.
You can see a little flare screen to number 23, almost coughs it up. That's Brock Collender.
Another pass downfield. Way too long in there.
Pretty good coverage by that second group there.
Well, it's good to see that quarterback back in for Canton Central Catholic. Kyle Dureska, who got knocked out with that injury, is now back in the lineup, and Keller, of course, is now back at that flanker spot for the Crusaders. 2nd and 10 now from the 25. Central Catholic still trying to get in to that Quaker end zone. Once again, we'd like to thank Dr. Sean Moan at the Dover Dental Group for sponsoring our scoreboard this year. 2nd Street in Dover, it's Dover Dental Group. Clock is running at 1:15.
This is a well-coached team, New Philadelphia. I'm impressed. A lot of times you get the second groups in, and it's kind of like a Chinese fire drill, but it's quite obvious that they spend a lot of time with everybody there because they all know where they're supposed to be lined up. And so far, they've kept Central out of the end zone.
Jareska will look. Jareska will throw towards the end zone. He's got a guy open. Wow, almost in there. Bumped out of bounds at about the 1 yard line. So the Crusaders knocking on that door for that touchdown. It'll be 1st and goal now from the one. Watch this pass. This is a great pass.
Yeah, good throw, good catch.
Right on the money out there, and he's knocked out of bounds. Caleb Valeka saves the touchdown out there, right? 49 seconds to play now. 1st and goal. Jareska will take it from his quarterback position. He will take it in for the Central Catholic touchdown. At the 46-second mark of the game, Jareska takes it in from 1 yard out to make it now 28-6. And let's see now what Andy Streb can do with the point after. Number 16 is Andy Streb of Canton Central Catholic. Kick is up. Kick is good. Streb with the PAT will make it 28-7 now in favor of the Quakers, but only 46 seconds to play, and then we'll put this one in the books.
I think we'll see an onside kick or just kick it deep.
You think? I think it's too late for that. So you can start the bus. You can warm it up and get it ready because this one is over. 46 seconds to play now in the football game in New Philadelphia. Will go 1-0 with a big win in their home opener tonight.
New Philly's expecting an onside kick.
Yes, they are. I see that now. Spending a lot of time out there now looking it over. Let's see if the Quakers, with the guys with the good hands, can field this ball properly and get it down. Oh, they're going to kick it away and kick it deep. And McEwen is going to down it now at the 20-yard line and stop the clock with 41 seconds to play. Quakers go to Canton next weekend. Central Catholic will have to regroup and take a look at some things that just didn't happen tonight. Don't forget, in about 41 seconds, Bruce and I will bring you the Idlewise wrap-up show. And then to end the evening tonight on Big Time Sports, it's the Manor MVP. I'd like to thank McInturf Realty for sponsoring our Coach's Corner pregame show. Also, Big Jim's Burgers and More will take care of us at halftime on the halftime show. And Dover Dental, of course, sponsors of our scoreboard. They'll take the snap. They'll down it. The clock will run, and that is probably just about all she wrote, football fans. So the New Philadelphia Quakers with a nice outing tonight. Everything, of course, for the Quakers in the first half. Canton Central Catholic getting on the board with only 46 seconds remaining in the contest. So that'll just about do it. The fans are going to empty. The players are going to meet at midfield. Our final score tonight from Quaker Stadium, 28-7 in favor of the... On the board there, it's a New Philadelphia winning their opening game of this new 2008 season to the tune of 28-7 over the Canton Central Catholic Crusaders. Bruce, I'm going to run down the scoring very quickly, and then I'm going to let you tell us about the game stats, okay? All right, in the first quarter of the game, it was Cody Cox with a 38-yard scamper. Kick after was good by Sofer. Again in the first quarter, Cody Cox came back with another touchdown run of 12 yards. The Sofer kick was good. At the end of one period, it's 14-0 New Philadelphia. In the second period, at the 4:37 mark, a Cox pass to Tyler Dubermuth was good for pay dirt. Sofer's kick is good. Tyler Dubermuth again late in the first half with another touchdown catch. And at halftime, Bruce, it was 28-0. The Quaker fans are dancing in the streets, and Canton Central Catholic is thinking about warming up the bus to take an early exit. The third period, back and forth, back and forth. Not a whole lot going on in the third period. No scoring at all in that third period. In the fourth period, Central Catholic finally gets on the scoreboard with 46 seconds to play in the contest. Jareska, the quarterback, takes it in from 1 yard out. The Streb point after was good. That's our final score here, 28-7, and that, Bruce, was the scoring in the contest. Tell us now about the game stats.
Well, like you said before, Charlie, pretty much the whole game was in the first half. The total stats kind of evened out a little bit with Canton Central picking up some more yardage in the second half. But as you can see, the Quakers 171 yards on the ground, 102 passing for a total of 273. Central Catholic picking up all their yardage in the second half when they sustained a few drives, 73 yards rushing, 81 yards passing, 154 total, and like you said, they didn't get on the scoreboard until late in the fourth quarter.
All right, so there you have it, our game stats, and we'd like to thank our good friends from you know where for sponsoring tonight's wrap-up show, and that is our good friends from the Idlewise Inn and Tavern in beautiful Sugar Creek. And Bruce, you know what that means, don't you? Only one more piece of business we got to do. I'm going to let you, Bruce Boom Boom Witter, tell everybody out there in big-time sportsland who our Manor MVP is for this contest.
I think we could have went with a couple of different people for the Quakers tonight. The quarterback, Cox, looked good. The entire defense looked good for the Quakers, but I think we'll go with Tyler Dubermuth, both sides of the ball. A couple of touchdowns he had. Played good on the defensive side of the ball, so I think our MVP for tonight would be Tyler Dubermuth.
All right, so there you have it. Congratulations. Our man.